Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good night.
Night.
Honorable Anas, our beloved English teacher, my Mr. Yuyus, and my beloved friend. In this golden opportunity, allow me to stand here in front of you all to deliver a brief speech about corruption. My dear friend, I would like to express gratitude to God for giving the opportunity to attend this event. I also would like to thanks to the audience who served the time and the place for me in this pulpit. Ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia is a hug country and absolutely rich. We have a million of different natural resources from the sea, forest, mining, and many more. Indonesia is predicted to be one of the beloved developed countries which are able to take over the world. In fact, European countries often made the calculation that if the Indonesian people are unite and work together to develop this country, Indonesia will become a superpower country like America or Russia. However, why has Indonesia not to be able to be a developed country until now? Perhaps our country does not have the good human resource. However, I feel there is not one thing that becomes that the core of all the problems that we have absolutely come from corruption. Then, how to tackle corruption in this nation? How to wipe out the corruption? Ladies and gentlemen, to wipe the corruption out, we need much more patience and work harder. We must tell ourselves to not take something that does not belong to us. Corruption began by stealing something small and evolves into a thief to the large sum of money. In addition, to teach yourself to keep working hard and do not take anything that it's not your right. We also that have to educate our children to have an independent attitude, honest, and forbid them to take other people's stuff without permission. Ladies and gentlemen, although corruption is a difficult problem to overcome, but I believe we can solve it. Indonesia requires to unite, promote, and liberate the countries from corruption. Thanks for your attention and good night. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Narkoba merusak segalanya.
I am Eggy Yusran Hafizh, Political Science 2019. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The honorable all the participants and my beloved friends, as a matter of first importance, I like to thanks to Allah, the strong, the gift and the forgiving, so we can accumulate here. Second, salawat and welcome to our Prophet Muhammad SAW, who has guided us from the dimness to the sign. Trusting sometime or another the Yaumil Qiyamah, we will be admitted as his religious group. Allahumma amin.
Amin.
So I want to say thank you for everybody who have given personal time to attempt to discourse before all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Republic of Indonesia is an extensive country with population might be as high as 300 million. Indonesia is circumstanced in the middle of Pacific and Indian Sea. Indonesia has a saying, one nation, one country, and one dialect. First by the Patriot Development. Presently, English is imperative. English is universal dialect, so individuals need English to speak with other individuals. Ladies and gentlemen, we realize the study English is difficult. However, we can do it orderly. We can learn English to practice consistently and inevitably. So we will have the capacity to talk. Alright, that my discourse. Trust you can take positive my point about my discourse. Mas, thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Fiqi Putra from Politik Science 2019. The Honorable, my teacher, Mr. Yuyus, and my beloved friend. Good night, everybody.
Night too.
First of all, thank you for having me here in this fine and beautiful night. I hope we are all in the good health. Today, I will convey in the importance of education in my short speech. On many occasions, we hear the term education, but what is education? How important is education to our country and ourselves as a student? The honorable audience, we study not to go to the graduation ceremony and hang our picture on the wall of our house, much less to show off to our friends. We study to practice and acquire knowledge, and those two then will prepare us to the real life situation. Education brings us to many benefits, such as confidence in ourselves, freedom to decide, conscience as a whole, help us to improve ourselves, to feel fulfilled, to feel that we are something in life and that we have an end for which to live. But this is not the only satisfaction that education gives us, but with it we achieve a better quality of life. When we want to buy a dress, shoes, food, or anything else, we need a work which currently is not too easy to find, unless if we don't have an education. It is said that the future of our country is in our hand, of the children, as the children in this country. We must try hard to achieve that. That is why today I invite all the audience here to reflect on the importance of education. We have to take advantage of this chance to be able to go to school to study. We must appreciate the effort that our parents make to send us to school, and think that there are many children who would like to study, but for some reason they cannot do it. That's all from me. Thank you everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning for all the audience. First of all, let's thank to Allah, the Almighty, who has been giving us mercy and blessing, so we can attend this morning without any obstacles in this great occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to deliver my speech in this morning. The addictive drug is a kind of drug which is often misused and cause many problems not on one is named. Drug abuse can result in nerve damage, resulting in addiction and dependence. The use of drugs does not fit the current rules allowed going on in the community. When a drug is used, the effect will be retrieved by the user. First, the drug is able to provide peace to the wearer and make them unconscious. When used in excess, then the drug could result in death. Later, the drug can also cause stimulation and passion toward the user. Ladies and gentlemen, drugs are not only used by the adults, but it is abused by community by 10 years old. In Indonesia, we often see an awful lot of kids who use drugs. Of course, the use of addictive substance provides a broad and total impact for them. They will experience a change in behavior, decreasing the quality of work, potentially causing crime and getting the health disorder caused it. As teachers and parents, we should prevent any drug abuse. We can make a variety of programs and activities such as playing music, exercising, making the club study, and various social activities. In essence, we make a wide range of activities that aim to distract the student. All students of the young generation in particular, this is a very serious problem for us. A generation of this nation will be lost if we don't take action together and soon. In short, we must be willing to go against illegal drugs and more must start from within. So, what can we do as a young generation? Prevention is better than cure. Avoid drugs, because once you try it, you will be stuck and then become addicted. You will eventually be turned into criminals or take your life. We have so many examples around us. What happened to the user? They are all lost on their future. I think we don't want such things to happen to ourselves. Let us do the above effort consistently and never give up. I'm sure that we could eradicate all drugs in Indonesia. This is all my speech. I do hope my speech will be useful in our life. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Mullers.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. On this occasion, I want to give a word or two through bullying theme speech. The phenomenon of bullying is not a strange thing around us. Social media and print media have reported many bullying even on children to adults. Bullying can be in the form of word, but can in the form of action. Bullying in the form is often underestimated because it does not leave a wound. In fact, the impact of bullying behavior will leave an impression.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Sure.
Even leaving a psychological impact that will affect the future of victim of bullying. Not infrequently, victim of bullying become traumatic and do things we never imagined. Therefore, we shall be are if there are six that someone is bullying, verbal or behavior. How to treat victim of bullying is to listen to him tell stories. Possible we can help report person bullying the authorities. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Honorable ones, our beloved English teacher, Mr. Yuyus, and my beloved friends in this golden opportunity. Allow me to stand here in front of you all to deliver a brief speech about corruption.
Okay.
My dear friends, corruption is a well-known word that everyone in this country knows exactly what it means and how cruel it is. Corruption is an action of stealing people money and their right of justice. It is an inhuman action and an action that brings our country to the depths of poverty. Corruption has become the biggest problem in our country, Indonesia, of course, that needs immediate actions. Our country is weakened by it. It's like a virus which infects all sectors in the government, justice and civil service sectors. Public may never forget of the recent corruption scandals that snares the leader of Constitutional Court of Mahkamah Konstitusi, Akil Mohtar, you know?
Yes.
That scandal is like snap as that even in legal constitution, corruption can still thrive. Not only that, other institutions such as police and ministry institutions which ought to protect and serve as were involved to corruption case. Poverty and social discrepancy are two of the effect of corruption. Money that should be given to erase poverty and corrupt for self-advantage of certain persons. Justice that should be risen up and are corrupt for self-right of certain persons. My friends, even though there is KPK which bravely wipe out the corruption in this country, we as smart generations shall prevent corruption happen in our future. Being honest is the key. Do and speak with the honest will help us to maintain our country from the danger of corruption. Corruption must die.
Yes.
Thank you for your attention.
Die.
The last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi